can't begin to tell you how excited I am to introduce you here to Mary Beth. She was my very first Faith Out Loud at a National Catholic Youth Conference 8 years ago.
Yesterday. 8 years ago yesterday.
And since then, you've been to college, you graduated, and now she's serving as a youth minister. And I'm so happy for you to meet her. So thanks for stopping by. This is super exciting.
Yes, it is.
So you were an attendee 8 years ago.
2011.
Wow.
Yesterday, it popped up on my Facebook memories 8 years ago.
Wow. Instagram wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, not Instagram.
Right?
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah. So a lot's changed. You were high school. You
Yes.
did a great Faith Out Loud. You were headed off to Franciscan.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what's been going on.
I graduated from Franciscan class of 2016 with my degree in theology and catechetics with a concentration in youth ministry. Then I did a year of mission work for the Diocese of Charleston, which is where I'm from. So I went back home, and I felt really strongly that South Carolina was my mission field because we're less than 4% Catholic. So we need the gospel down there. And yeah, so I decided to come back. And then after my year of mission work, I went to Transfiguration Catholic Church in Blythewood, South Carolina, which is right outside of Columbia, our capital. And I've been there for the last 3 years, and it's just been great, crazy, but wonderful. And this is my first time back at NCYC now, as now I'm a youth minister. So yeah.
Wow. I'm so proud of you. I tell people about your Faith Out Loud all the time. You get a lot of hits on the CatholicTV YouTube channel. And it was so impressive because you talked about Eucharistic adoration and praying for your future spouse.
Still praying for him.
All right. We're praying for him too. That's great.
Maybe he's watching.
But that was an amazing, amazing Faith Out Loud.
Thank you.
Really, I was so nervous about doing them because we worried about how our teens going to express their faith. So now you've been on both sides of the equation. So tell me what it was like then and what it's like now to shepherd these other teens.
So, yeah, I remember back then I was talking about I did a weekly holy hour praying for my future spouse, which, again, we're still waiting on him. But, yeah, that hasn't changed. Still waiting for my future spouse. But, yeah, like, I think the big thing for me carrying that into ministry, at Franciscan, I did a weekly holy hour. I continued that. And then now I try to go to adoration as much as I possibly can. We don't have an adoration chapel, which is something I'm really praying for at our parish. However, it's been really important to me to pass it on to my kids that we do adoration. So my teens, we do adoration as much as we can. I really love that. I want them to experience that. And I've noticed that they say that with youth ministry, your teens are a reflection of what you love about the faith. And I've noticed that a lot of them have said to me that adoration is really critical to their prayer life and their faith journey. And I think that's really cool. So I hope that's something that I've helped pass and instill in them because that was my goal. But I think that's probably been the biggest reflection of that is that I see their love for the Eucharist growing, which is what we try to share, right?
Sure,
I mean, that's all you can hope for.
That's what it's all about. And it's amazing, too, that it becomes more and more important as recent studies have shown how many Catholics don't believe in the real presence.
Right.
It's made me crazy.
Right.
And for someone like you who's instilling this hope and this devotion, that must be kind of discouraging in a way.
It is discouraging, but it's something that, ironically, I've also battled a lot, and I've shared with them. That's probably my biggest obstacle in my faith journey is my belief in the Eucharist, and that's something I really struggle with, especially when I was a missionary, ironically. And so I told him, one of the best ways to combat that is just to spend time with him. And it's like anything else. And I tell him, it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to doubt. But just never stop pushing. Never stop pushing. And if you give the Lord that time to be quiet and be present, he will reveal himself to you. And I think that's been the biggest thing that I've told him is I just haven't stopped. You know what I mean? You just continue to give him that time. Because he will reveal himself. And I think a lot of people don't spend enough time in the presence of the Eucharist. And I remember one time I was really struggling. I was a missionary and I was really struggling with that. And I went, okay, I said, Lord, I'm not leaving this adoration chapel until I can feel your presence again. Because I was really struggling with that period of extreme desolation, which a lot of the saints talk about, which I hear a lot of people that do mission work. It's your year of desolation. Because the devil just comes in hard. And I was there for 3 hours. But I left with a sense of peace. And I think that a lot of people just don't spend enough time. And I think that goes to show you, like, even when you have that desire, you know, and imagine the people that don't have a desire.
Right.
You know, they never give them the time of day. Well, if you don't give someone the time of day, how are they going to talk to you?
Right. That's how we know what's important to us. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't tell you, like, how impressed I am. I'm, like, just so delighted that you stopped by.
Yes.
And what hope you give me, really. You know, again, from 8 years ago, it was just beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you so much for talking with me. This is so cool.